Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Made Better with AI. Today we'll be looking at the steps to build. This game is a bit complex than the previous games, but it is fun to build. It has a lot of files, so if I show you this particular part uh, and I go to Battleships, these are the overall files that had been put in to make sure that the game works fine. Uh, I'll take you through the game and I'll show you why that is the case. So I'll add a ship here, and this game is really cool in terms of what you can do and how you can place the ships and all the music that plays with it. So yeah, we'll now look at how the game is. Or maybe make it
Game started. Your turn. Miss. AI's turn. AI missed. Your turn.
So I'm not sure if you're able to listen, but it is kind of voicing out what whenever a turn is happening and what is happening in that turn. If you're throwing missiles and they're landing in water, there's a water splash that I've added.
Miss. AI's turn.
Up until now, none of us has been able to hit other ships. So yeah, it's a miss again.
Miss. AI's turn. AI missed. Your turn. Miss.
Wow.
AI's turn. AI missed. Your turn.
I'll try to hit a ship now. Uh, okay, it's a miss again.
Miss. AI's turn. AI missed. Your turn.
This generally doesn't happen. I've played this game a lot of times. I'm able to get a hit, but yeah, it's quite dynamic. So we'll go through what makes the game this dynamic and why AI is more at par with a human in this particular game.
Miss. AI's turn. AI hit your ship. AI's turn.
So I hope you're able to see the red block over here. This is where AI hit my ship. I did prompt it to make sure that the next hit happened in the adjacent blocks, but for some reason it has its own mind, so it is kind of hitting elsewhere.
Miss. AI's turn.
Since I'll be covering how I go ahead and destroy a ship, if this video is a bit slow for you, you can speed it up and look at it in a 1.5x speed. So yeah, this is the first that I was able to hit. I'll go down. I was able to hit again.
Your turn.
It was a miss. So it has kind of acquired the blocks above, because otherwise it would have shown me that the ship has been destroyed. It was a miss from AI.
AI miss. Your turn. Ship destroyed. Your turn.
So as soon as I destroy an opponent's ship, you can see that it is into broken blocks and there's a distance that comes in between and it starts blinking like this. So this is something that got added. What this also means is that this is not a single image. Uh, they combine to show a ship, but they are actually different images that I have added. In this particular folder, you will see that there are files like 1 cross 2 underscore 1 dot png, which is actually one segment of the ship. So there are different logics that I have been adding into this particular game to make sure that these individual images are rotated when the ship is placed horizontally, and they like remain straight when it is vertical. So yeah, I'll try and destroy another ship and then get into the details of the game. So it was a 1 cross 2 ship and it got destroyed with this
Ship
particular hit.
destroyed. Your turn.
Once the ship is destroyed, it shows me what the ship looks like. So I'll pause the music here now. We'll get into the details of the game. With battleships, I'll go through the code now and try to probably show you what how the game is built, how the game is oriented. We'll get into the prompting and we'll get into the code parallelly. So when it comes to prompting, the first prompt that I had thought of was it should be like the I should be able to see my grid as well as opponent's grid. But what I shouldn't be able to see is what is opponent placing in its grid, right? Or where the ships are placed. So initially, while building this particular game, I kind of looked at where the ships are placed to make sure that they are being placed properly, with individual segments going through. What it was also doing for some reason was to placing different segments randomly. So one part of the ship, let's say, was in 1 cross 3 block, and the next part of the ship was in 4 cross 6 block. So that was happening. uh, Placement is something that we made sure works fine. Whenever there is a hit on a particular ship, we wanted to get a smoke or fire effect. That is why you see that yellow background, which is what fire smoke is controlling. There are different controls that were added for the game. These controls are for making the music play or for making the different buttons that you see in this particular game, which lets you select a ship. So the controls are to control that. uh, there are two destroyers, that is two ships with size 1 cross 2. Then there is one ship with size 1 cross 3. There is one ship with size 1 cross 4, and then there is a big ship with size 1 cross 5. You can choose to place all of these ships vertically or horizontally, however you want. While you are placing a ship, AI is also placing its ship. So AI is currently working on making its own placement while you are working on building your own. What generally happens most of the time is AI is able to build it before you. So AI has already made its placement. You are just not able to see it because it is in different blocks. Uh, on clicking playing music, there is a background music that plays. All of the files have been added in that particular folder. Then the game starts. You can also toggle the music, make it play or not play. The game is fun with music, so we do that. uh, there are different images, and this part of the code controls how the images are placed, how they look like, all of that. uh, a bit into the dynamics, how the scripting for this particular game is working. So there are different sounds that are playing. It also has multiple conditions. So uh, one important point is that while I was building this particular game, while a music for my hit is playing, AI's turn used to come and it kind of made that hit. So we added pauses within the game so that it is a bit slow and it waits for one action to complete before the next action happens. So while the water is splashing, it is waiting for action to complete, and now it is AI's turn. So there isn't a, a lot of overlap between your particular hit and opponent's hit,
I miss.
and it is more fun to play like that. So yeah, that is how the game is.
Hit. Your turn. Hit. Your turn.
And yeah, you can play this game.
Yes.
You have all the files here.
Last turn.
Make sure to download this particular folder, host it on your system as an HTML file, and then play. I hope you enjoyed the game. We'll see you in the next video. Before that, go ahead and subscribe to Made Better with AI if you haven't already subscribed to my Substack channel. You can also subscribe to the YouTube video.